Hey guys, it's Eddie back again with a sports announcing breakdown of one of my favorite announcers in the game, the former child actor turned basketball, football, and most known as a baseball announcer who always brings the energy regardless of what team is playing, the very talented Matt Vasgersian. He's the current play-by-play announcer for the Los Angeles Angels. He's an MLB Network host. He previously served roles with ESPN and Fox Sports, and he's been in the game for 3 decades, doing the World Series, doing Sunday Night Baseball, even on the MLB The Show games. And man, I'm so excited to do this video. I'm going to be breaking down some of my favorite Matty V calls and why I love his work so much. So let's get into it. Santa Maria.
So far on this first pitch swinging. Oh, and first pitch crushing! Oh, man! Lean into it! 1-0 Angels.
Man, I love this clip. It's right at the start of the incredible Ohtani MVP season, and why I love it, it's the inflection that Vasgersian uses whenever Ohtani hits that baseball. The way that you can tell he's just taken aback by the hit, and the way that he has that attention to detail, which is impressive. He notes that he leans into the pitch afterward whenever he's rounding first base, which is something that's not only important to note, just to give some more detail to whoever's watching, but it's also impressive that it adds so much more to that moment. So it's one of the moments in baseball that I really just associate with the call itself, as opposed to what actually happened on that play. It was very impressive home run from the most impressive person in baseball, and the most impressive announcer in baseball gave that call. It was really cool.
They're trying to avoid back-to-back one-out walks to start the game. Sanchez puts it in play out to center field. Ball's well hit. Kipnis looking up, and it's gone! Gary Sanchez breaks out a smile for the first time in this series as he breaks out the big lumber, giving the Yankees a 2-0 lead.
Now, this Gary Sanchez home run isn't the clip from this 2017 ALDS game that you might have thought that I was going to put in this video. However, I wanted to highlight some of the stuff in this clip which I find very impressive. So something that me as a sports announcer I struggle with is whenever I have really cool information to say, especially situational information, and I want to share it, but I'm trying not to let that obscure what's important, which is calling the action that's going on the field. So he's mentioning the pitcher not wanting to give up back-to-back one-out walks, and then Gary Sanchez hits that home run. So then the pre-pitch, the post-pitch transition is very impressive, and the cool thing about this call is that when he smoothly transitions to what is happening, and whenever he rounds third, he mentions that he's smiling for the first time in this series. He's bringing out the big lumber, so it's kind of like a momentum shift, and Matty V really captures that one very well. It's just really smooth. It is very satisfying to listen to. I really like this one on the Gary Sanchez home run.
The 1-2 pitch. And Phillips has cashed in. A base hit back up the middle. Here's Kiermaier to score. The ball's mishandled. And now they've got a Rosarena to run down. A Rosarena scores and the Rays have won the game. Santa Maria.
This is a call that actually a lot of people might not have heard because it's not on the normal World Series broadcast you hear in the United States. It's on the international broadcast, but this is just incredible from Matty V. He does a great job of describing a very complex play here. Brett Phillips hits into the outfield, a Rosarena rounds third, he heads home. Something which was always challenging for me as an announcer is when there's multiple things going on, especially during a baseball game. You know, when there's a hit to the outfield, there's often something going on in the outfield while the runner's actually rounding the bases. So it's hard to know when to affix your attention onto a certain part of the play. So Vasgersian does this pretty seamlessly, and what he does is that also whenever the ball gets thrown away, he improvises a bit. He quickly changes from acting as if Rosarena's in a rundown to acting as if he's scoring. So this is very impressive, very quick off his feet. It's a very huge moment. You get a very loud Santa Maria at the end of it, and it's a very good call on the biggest stage. And it's very, very impressive.
In Major League Baseball, to kind of add on to what Jason and Mike and Eduardo were talking about. Same swing, same ball, same result. Yandy Diaz did it again.
First of all, the way that his voice raises during the same swing, same ball, same result just has so much behind it. And it shows just how great he is at, displaying emotion, and such an important thing to like push and pull whenever there's big moments, and he does that brilliantly. This clip allows me to highlight just the importance of whenever you're announcing just being an active listener into the game and being an active following along and being able to pick up on trends, pick up on stuff that's happened multiple times, because when he notes just how similar the second home run was to the first home run, it was a moment that required extra thinking, a moment required him to dig deep, which often as sports announcers, when we're trying to think off at the top of our heads, it's often very hard. So I really, really appreciate this call from Matt Vasgersian. He does a very, very good job, and it's a big moment for the Rays, and it's a very cool moment for him.
As loud as it's been all weekend. 3-2 to Harper has hit a bunch. Santa Maria, he did it. An absolute heartbreaker. Oh my goodness, he absolutely crushed that ball.
And I end this with one more clip, some Phillies content, and this is one of the things I see on YouTube videos which people like Matt Vasgersian for the most, and it's that he always brings the energy for every team. Even when it's not his Angels, and that he mentions it as like a heartbreaking moment that this home run happened, this Bryce Harper grand slam, and I just think that, the way that he presents it, he's still showing support for his home team while it's still being a very memorable moment in the game, and I just think it's really cool. So those are my favorite Matt Vasgersian calls, and if you have any favorite from his, then feel free to let me know in the comments. Whether or not his Angels broadcast Sunday Night Baseball or MLB The Show, which introduces you to him, Matt Vasgersian is one of the best professional announcers on national TV right now, and he continues to be one of my greatest inspirations to this day. Is there any other announcer you'd like to see me break down? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching, and until next time, goodbye.